my passionate and loyal Scorpio friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Scorpio, this week there's a quiet turbulence just beneath the surface. You might feel it as an odd stillness, like holding your breath in a room where the air has shifted. It isn't dramatic, not loud or overwhelming, but it's persistent, a sense that something inside you is waiting, suspended between what's been and what could be. Maybe you've noticed your patience stretching thin or your usual decisiveness softening into hesitation. There could be a subtle restlessness, a longing to move forward paired with the awareness that the ground beneath you is still shifting. Even in familiar places, you might sense a need to pause, to reconsider, to let go of the urge to force clarity too soon. All of this is quietly shaping your mood, asking you to pay attention not to the noise of the world, but to the quieter undercurrents stirring in your own chest. The card that rises for your inner state is the Hanged Man. This isn't an energy of defeat, but of deliberate suspension. Right now you may be feeling the pressure to act, to decide, to move, yet at the same time something within you resists. It's as if you've pressed pause on your own story, not out of fear, but out of a deep need to understand what's really unfolding. There's a sense of surrender, but it's not passive. It's the kind that comes when you realize forcing your way forward won't bring the answers you're seeking. You may feel your usual clarity clouded by doubt, your confidence softened by uncertainty, but there's an odd piece to it as well. In this space, old patterns lose their grip. You might notice the tension between wanting to break free and the wisdom of remaining where you are, just for a little longer. Emotions, memories, and unfinished thoughts drift through your mind, asking to be seen rather than dismissed. There's a quiet power in allowing yourself to stay with the discomfort, to let it teach you what you're truly seeking. Instead of rushing to fix or solve, you're being asked to observe, to listen, to allow the world to turn without your constant intervention. This can feel vulnerable, even frustrating, especially for someone used to moving with intensity. Yet within this pause there's the seed of transformation. You're noticing what you've been avoiding, what sits just beyond the reach of easy answers. The world may keep spinning, but for this moment you are suspended in your own private knowing, waiting for the right perspective to reveal itself. That inner suspension is not empty. It creates a ripple, a momentum all its own. The space you hold, the decision to pause, sets off a cascade of subtle changes. The world doesn't wait for you, but it does respond to your shift. That sense of stillness begins to attract new questions, unexpected feelings, and perhaps a touch of confusion. The path ahead grows uncertain, but this uncertainty isn't a failure, it's a call. The very act of stepping back changes what's possible, and the road begins to shimmer with new, if uncertain, possibilities. The unfolding of your week is marked by the moon. Here the air thickens with ambiguity. External events may mirror your internal uncertainty. You might notice situations that seem unclear, conversations that feel loaded with subtext, or choices that offer no obvious right answer. Pressures build, not the blunt force of crisis, but the slow, insistent pull of things unresolved. There's a sense of moving through fog, where every step reveals just enough to keep going but never the whole picture. The atmosphere around you grows charged with possibility and risk, shadows stretching as doubts and instincts intermingle. You may feel drawn to look deeper, to question what's being said, to wonder about what's not being revealed. Others might seem more guarded or mysterious, and you find yourself reading between the lines of every interaction. The moon's influence brings dreams, memories, and subtle intuitions to the surface. Sometimes it's hard to know whether you're reacting to what's really there or to what you fear might be. This friction between reality and perception can be unsettling, but it's also generative. It asks you to trust yourself even when the facts are incomplete. The pressures you feel, internally and externally, are invitations to engage more honestly with your own feelings, your own uncertainties. Perhaps you sense the urge to clarify things before you're ready. Maybe you're tempted to chase down every answer, to demand certainty from a world that isn't offering it. Yet the path of this week doesn't move in straight lines. Instead, it bends and twists, asking you to walk it with your eyes open, your heart open, even as the way forward flickers in and out of view. The friction isn't a sign you're lost. It's a sign you're alive to the complexity of your own experience, and that complexity is shaping the week's events in ways that can't be rushed. What emerges from this fog depends on how you choose to meet it. The uncertainty isn't a trap, it's an invitation. Only through conscious presence can you find the thread that will lead you forward. The potential that waits is not automatic. It won't reveal itself unless you're willing to stay with the tension, to notice what's shifting within and around you. Your willingness to be present, to remain curious in the middle of confusion, is what allows something real to grow from this moment. When you lean into the week with intention, the energy of the Knight of Wands becomes available to you. This isn't about reckless action or dramatic gestures. It's the raw, creative spark that comes when you finally allow yourself to move, not out of impatience but from a place of real alignment. Growth here is not a guarantee but an open door. You may feel a sudden rush of courage, a boldness that surprises you after so much stillness. Ideas that once seemed distant become tangible. The hesitation that colored your earlier mood gives way to a sense of purposeful momentum. This is the energy of acting from conviction, of letting your passion steer you, not away from uncertainty, but straight through it. You might notice yourself speaking more directly, expressing desires or frustrations that have been simmering below the surface. There's a restless excitement, a willingness to take risks because you trust the ground you're standing on, even if it's not perfectly clear. The Knight of Wands invites you to bring your whole self to the moment, to engage with life not as a puzzle to be solved, but as an adventure to be lived. There's no promise of immediate resolution, but there is the possibility of feeling fully awake, fully present, as you step into your own story with renewed energy. The growth that emerges is not just in what you do, but in how you show up, boldly, honestly, and without holding back. In these days, you're held in a delicate balance. The Hanged Man's pause offers you a rare chance to see yourself clearly, to notice the patterns that keep you circling familiar ground. The moon surrounds you with questions, with pressures that refuse easy answers, but also with the raw material for real insight. And the Knight of Wands stands at the edge of all this, not as a solution, but as a possibility. A reminder that energy returns when you stop resisting the moment you're in. As the week unfolds, you may find yourself oscillating between stillness and movement, between confusion and clarity. There is no rush to resolve every tension, no need to force an answer where none yet exists. Instead, you can rest in the knowledge that even your uncertainty is fertile ground. What feels like waiting is actually a deep preparation. The courage to pause, to question, to move forward when the time is right, is all part of the same dance. In the end, what matters is not how quickly you move, but how honestly you are willing to meet yourself again and again in the unfolding now. In this there is quiet reassurance. You are not lost, you are simply between chapters, gathering the wisdom you'll need for what comes next. Actionable insights for Scorpio this week. Try letting a question sit for one more day before searching for an answer. Notice if a familiar feeling returns and allow it space without needing to resolve it. If energy stirs, see what it feels like to channel it with intention, even in a small way. spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I honor the pause within me. Each moment of uncertainty is shaping my strength. My feelings are guideposts, not obstacles. I am ready to move with clarity when it comes. I trust my own rhythm and timing. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.